I can buy a back, but can't buy my family back, my life nothing. I want my knee back, but I'm caught up with these. Like that red eye. Stack that money till I can't no more. How long would it be until this pain gon' go? Straight from the bottom, blow back on my bros. Oh yeah, just for 100,000, say less, I pay that. Got plenty money, but I had to jump up on my bed. I got plenty money, but then now before I resign. But I fly miles across this town to see you smile. She be fans up like this won't be a hype man. But the minute I won't be alone, she don't like that. I took heat into your letters, I was with no selling. I ain't wanna be no rapper with you. From the bottom all the way back to my section. Every day.
Do you have a ratings goal at the end of the season?
I feel like that I can get into maybe to the 80s this year, maybe 90s that year after that. But my goal is just to keep steadily building. I think I was at a 76. I think that's what I'm at. So get that to 80 and then bump it up and keep going from there.
And now that you're going to be in the game, are you going to play with your player?
Oh yeah, that's all they always. My boy Bernardo, that's all he talks about. Bro, you're about to be in 2K2021. Like, oh my God, you're about to pro.
You're going to be playing with your my player in the park.
Oh, for sure.
Up next, the Knicks taking on the Magic. For New York, the best win percentage in the league. They've got talent. They've got coaching. They've got everything you need to compete for a title. Magic, Knicks is next. We're back in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. Now the starting group for Orlando. They've got Jonathan Isaac, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Hampton. Then it's Brook Lopez, and it's Milton in at the 3 spot. And for the Knicks, Topman is out there with Barrett. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Junior. Well, late in the season, we're seeing playoff teams resting their star players. Any excuse for lottery teams, Greg, doing the same?
Not as far as the league is concerned. I mean, if they're
right,
healthy,
exactly.
What's the goal? I mean, throwing away games is not acceptable.
No. Now, here's Milton. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Drains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for Orlando. There's the pass to Barrett. Now, here's Toppin. He's covered by Isaac. The three, Barrett. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They're finding some room there on the perimeter. The lefty, R.J. Barrett, knocks it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Griffin. To the middle. Lopez inside. Holmes on him. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to Indiana. Now, here's Barrett. Defended by Milton. Inside. And Griffin scores. The assist by Barrett.
Yeah, you could see that RJ had seen him open earlier and then got in the right spot to deliver.
Griffin against Gilgeous-Alexander. Milton kicks to Hampton. With the shot. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team.
Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
It gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Hampton. The Knicks making the shot. Lopez, no luck. For New York, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. And that one's good. Griffin.
their offense is rolling. A perfect start, 4 of 4 so far.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Pass to Isaac to the inside. Here's Lopez. And the rejection by Hall. 4 on the clock. And the shot is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, he's capable of making you pay there. Gilgeous-Alexander in a nice rhythm.
Holmes can't get it to go in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
They get it back. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Orlando trailing here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The Knicks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The Magic trail by 5. Outside Anthony. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jacks up a 3. A shot off that time. The Knicks go the other way, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on.
Second quarter of action, about 1.5 minutes played. Griffin looking it over. New York moving it around. It's stolen by Milton. Rashawn Holmes out there with Toppin. Then it's Barrett. Then it's Junior. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Milton. No good on that one. And New York the other way now. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. The shot's good from Griffin.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Timberwolves, was a driven player. He picked up 39 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Evan?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
The Magic trail by 20. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Lopez. There's the 3. That one's not going to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the dunk by Hampton.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Here's Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Toppin, and he banks in the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Orlando's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander against Griffin. The pass to Monk for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Monk's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Magic.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Pass to Barrett. "46 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Kicks it to Griffin. To the paint. It's stolen by Milton. It's stolen by Barrett. Griffin passes to Holmes. And he gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 21.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Pass to Milton. It's stolen by Barrett. And now the Knicks on the break. Feeds to Griffin. 9 for 9. Looking deadly accurate. Guys, he cannot miss.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Lopez. And the rejection by Holmes. Back to Griffin. And so it's the New York Knicks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. We've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Hampton, and it's Milton in at the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Gilgeous-Alexander in traffic uses that athleticism.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. 2 shots. The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Rashawn Holmes.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. New York leading by 23. Griffin down low. Gilgeous-Alexander cover.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Griffin with the steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Passes it to Milton. Lopez inside. Holmes on him. Tries from the block. A second chance effort. Lopez, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
New York moving the ball around. And Toppin throws it down.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a
1:37 left in the third quarter. Griffin passes to Knox. Over Milton. That one a little long. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Outside Griffin. It's Barrett on the wing. And 1:01 left in the third quarter of the game. Griffin kicks to Barrett. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Magic trail by 21. Great communication on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. The pass to Griffin. He's covered by Isaac. 6 to shoot. Down low. It's tipped. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Anthony, the pass to Fultz. 3-pointers off the mark. The Knicks leading by 19. At the elbow, Griffin. Finished off the break. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
Pretty sweet pass there as Knox showing his ability to read the floor.
Rozier looking around. Over Barrett. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Rozier's got 12 points in the game. Now through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Knicks lead by 19. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard at the three-point line.
Got Rashawn Holmes. Barrett is out there with Ben. Then it's Junior. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the plane.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Pass to Monk. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Basket good.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Griffin goes in, and then Griffin with the dunk.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Monk. On the wing, Milton shoots over Toppin. Here's Lopez. Good work there as it goes.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Now here's Griffin. G right on him. Holmes kicks to Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That free throw missing. Isaac's checked in for Orlando. And he's good on the second. Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys work back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Such a versatile player as a combo guard and with that great size, it can allow him to set up teammates.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Tipped away. Griffin with the steal. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Pass to Isaac. Here's Hampton. Floats one. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Toppin's got his 5th rebound in this one. Griffin draws the double. Second chance shot. Toppin can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 21. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and a lot was let go on the floor to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man. And these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. Ross passes to Knox. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 38 points.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And the one thing that stood out about these guys all season long, their resiliency to come out and play hard and win games. We've watched some epic battles that they played, and tonight will mark their 64th win in the year. Something else.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Junior.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Fires the 3. No good that time. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for New York. The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. And the layup falls. Griffin's got 40 points.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Getting out here, getting the feel for the game again. It's been a while since we played 5-on-5, so getting the feel for that, getting my feet under myself, and then having fun with a crowd and people in the crowd, and people yelling and cheering on big plays, things like that. It's been good to hear. So I've enjoyed it.
How's the summer league experience been for you?
It's been fun. I mean, my first look at a little bit of NBA action, NBA plays, and just playing against the other guys that are NBA players. It's been fun for me, just learning the game, being a sponge, taking it in, getting ready for the regular season.
"2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The subway system in Manhattan, part of the experience here in New York. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Markkanen. He's out there with Bam Adebayo. Hero out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Chioza in at the 1 spot. And for New York, they've got Junior. R.J. Barrett is out there with Toppin. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
Versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor, will likely be the victor.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Markkanen absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
The Heat shooting their first foul shot of the night. Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to Toronto. New York moving the ball around. Here's Toppin. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. New York shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw good from Griffin. Griffin hits them both. Here's Chioza. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the rejection by Holmes. Pass to Griffin. That one falls.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Chioza passes to Butler. Here's Hero. There's the pass to Markkanen. Passes to Hero. Good on the three-point shot.
And you got to like the vision for marketing. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Holmes kicks to Barrett. Here's Griffin. That one goes in. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Hero. 17 points for him last game against Toronto. Chiozza, no good. To the inside. Griffin. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Hero passes to Chiozza. Adebayo down low, guarded by Holmes.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Here's Toppin. Sinks that one from the post.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
The Heat trail by 6. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Miami no good on that time either. Knicks on offense. They're on a 12-3 run right now. And Griffin slams it in.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Pass to Hero. Back to Banks. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Here's Knox. He's covered by Warren. 1:19 left to play in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Quickly, he can't get it to go. And it's Miami the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Got a piece of it. No one near him. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Banks has got his second basket. New York leading by 4. Here's Bell, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And to me,
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. On the court for the Heat, Lauri Markkanen is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Hero into the point. Griffin against Butler. Pass to Barrett. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's Miami with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Magic, delivered quite a performance. He scored 40 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And a fast break now for the Knicks. And Griffin slams it in.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
Outside, Butler tries a three. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Holmes against Adebayo. Out to the right wing. Outside, Butler. Over Barrett. Butler, no good.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Barrett, no good.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started. Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And so we conclude the first half. Knicks out front. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Barrett is out there with Toppin. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Junior. Here's Hero. He has 6. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind, Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game. And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And they get it back. Some nice passing by New York here. The dish to Barrett to the left side wing. Inside. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
The pass to Hero. Passes it to Chioza. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Chioza's shot is good. Chioza's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Heat. New York calls timeout. And the Heat with some changes. Noel's checked in. pass to Warren. Here's Hero. To the right side. Here's Noel. He gets that one.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
To the paint. And Griffin slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And Miami has possession. It's a 10-point game. Shots good by Butler.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Knicks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And the Knicks making a change here. No good on the second free throw. The Heat trail by 9. Butler with the ball. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Well, listen, we know that Butler possesses this ability. Break down off the dribble, defender just left hanging. How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Hero. And here is Noel. Left side, Butler. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Butler's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Warren. That's tipped.
This is the effort they need from Kevin Knox on the defensive end. What a block. I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Knicks lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Miami, we've got T.J. Warren. Adebayo is out there with Lowry Markkanen. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Chioza into the point.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Outside Butler. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Misses off the left iron.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Griffin goes in, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Griffin. The Heat trail by 11. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Chioza, defended by Griffin, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And here's Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Chiosa. Good work defensively by Holmes. Here's Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And with small ball catching on, it's the rare team, Doris, that looks to go big and play bully ball. Why hasn't that approach been more popular?
Well, to me, Kevin, the NBA game is one that's in constant evolution. So right now the emphasis is three-point shooting, free throw opportunities, and restricted area opportunities. That seems to be the most efficient way to play the game of basketball. On the defensive end, what that requires is positionless players. Guys in the post who can guard the perimeter, switchability, all the versatility you can bring to bear on the defensive end is significant, and so that's why bully ball becoming harder and harder to play in today's NBA.
Warren, good.
Well, T.J. Warren's frame and game perfectly suited for a finish on the interior.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And T.J. Warren has always been able to score. Gives you production whether he's playing the 3 or the 4.
Greg, the numbers have never been a concern for T.J. Warren. He's always been a solid scorer. He's increased his efficiency. He's leaned a little bit more heavily on the three-point opportunity, which is so important. For him, to me, it's about staying healthy.
Toppin passes to Griffin. Outside Warren. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Sounds good.
You can see that T.J. Warren has no problem playing through contact or around multiple bodies. How about the power?
It's Barrett on the wing. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And the Knicks lead by 12.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
And here's Warren for 3. And again, it's the Heat missing. New York leading by 14. Griffin attacking. A free throw drop for Griffin. Heroes check in for Jimmy Butler. Good on both.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
And the pass to Hero. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Toppin passes to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them, thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And here's Chiosa. They'll bring it up for Miami. Down by 15. Pass to Adebayo. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for New York.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
In what's really been a fantastic year, these guys expect to win each night just as they've done here tonight. And this will end up another big win, making it 65 on the season.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Junior.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Knicks have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. Lowry passes to Ross. 46 seconds left in the fourth. At the elbow, Griffin. 6 to shoot. Now Ross off with the layup.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
No good that time. Now the Heat take it the other way. Here's Bembry. Pass to Nunn from downtown. Knicks with the rebound. Deflects the pass. Ross dishes to Lowry. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Know the rest, 100s, 20s, 50s, love it. I never was a complainer in the first place. Don't it suck when you fumble and well, it shouldn't when it really was never your race. Keep pacing, that feet on the pavement. What's for you, that is back to the basics. Pussy got the coupe, and I got G's on me, 40 a show. Bankroll, headed to the bankroll. I deserve the glow. Headed to the good show. We gon' need the I'ma need to focus, I'm about to blow. I feel the break, no, feel the rim, no. I feel the energy up in me, about to grab the world. Just wrote a love letter to your moment for honor first. Got to give you something never seen, break it down. I'm just on the girl, I never know. Dream all I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stay to the left. Now I gotta go to bed to deposit. I feel real, know the rest, yes. All I need to compete, my darling. Broke, stay to the left. Now I gotta go to bed to the
Wolves in sheep clothing, I see it now. I'm from an era where all we know is never had no faith in rap. Get this money and buy pretty chicks and fly clothes that'll put you on the map. Nowadays so cap, so I keep it running like a tap. Keep it coming, I don't lack. Went through hundreds of money and sat on stacks. Hard part in this music, still I'm burning tracks. Don't believe everything you hear, that ain't no facts. Roll the dice and took risks, went fast and looking stiff on the path of another, but you still hold me. I lose the attitude and gain some gratitude, cause that guy that could have been you. I only trust myself and put faith in a few. I was fine.